311 was an inside job.
Yeah.
I could tell by the color of their energy.
But did you see what I posted?
Amber is incredibly suspect. What do you want me to say, Morty? Morty, what are you trying to do, Morty? What are you trying to do, Morty?
No, I like the idea of Zach ripping this thing open and just yanking it out like it's fucking Temple of Doom.
Oh.
Here's the thing, it's zip tied in like 9 places. It's going to be incredibly anticlimactic.
Kalima!
I have one thing to say before we start.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 238 of the CAMcast.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do? Did you spit cookie everywhere?
Oh, I dropped a cookie and I don't know where it went.
It'll turn up. There's a finite amount of space down here.
The ants will find it before you do.
It's on the soundboard.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey!
Hooray!
God damn!
Well, boo, and welcome to this new episode. Because it's dropping a day before Halloween, so some of you might actually listen on Halloween.
3 spooky, 5 me.
Indeed.
Spooktober.
Yep. God. Before I get to the actual meat of this action, not even the meat of it, before I get to the housekeeping stuff, I made what I call a spooky playlist in Amazon Music.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nothing like...
Can you share that to me?
I can share it with you. I mean, I'm going to go pull it up right now and just tell people what's on there.
Beautiful.
But it's nothing like super spooky, but...
Is it just like...
Super spooky?
Is it what would play like elementary Halloween party?
I mean, listen, I'm not good at parties or putting together...
It was the Monster Mash.
Okay,
The Monster Mash.
Okay, so here is my spooky quote-unquote playlist. Halloween Head by Ryan Adams.
Oh, God, okay.
The Haunting by The Misfits.
Okay.
Miss Murder by AFI. Is There a Ghost by Band of Horses. Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Darkness by Daniel Deluxe. Mercury Retrograde by Ghostmane.
Ooh.
Mars Attacks by The Misfits. Don't Open Till Doomsday by The Misfits.
Mm-hmm.
Mind Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Jack the Ripper by Screaming Lord Sutch.
Beautiful.
Devil Town by Daniel Johnston.
Oh.
And my proudest achievement, I was waiting in Taryn's car, waiting for her to come, get in. I had this queued up, ready to go, and I had a big shit-eating grin on my face.
Like you do.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Hey. Hey.
Yup.
Yeah, so I think I was kind of wrong with my original assessment with the elementary school Halloween party.
Yeah, no, I'm...
Thriller, Monster Mash, and Adam Family song on repeat.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Mike, dear leader, dog taste, leader of men, herder of cats, person with excellent taste in music.
Slow the fuck down. We got an hour and a half to kill.
It's all right. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, guy who got a raise today.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's way more appropriate.
Yeah, there we go.
We could have awkwardly clapped for 5 minutes, and that still wouldn't have been as good as the Vuvuzela.
That would have been acceptable.
Wow.
Would have been acceptable. And you know what? I mean, that works too. But I would have accepted because it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
God damn!
Yep. And I am joined, as always, to my right by the one, the only, he is the one they call the whatever. It's your mine, our Uncle Radical, the professor the professor of the ghetto arts, tenured but not licensed, except in the following crooked southern states.
Alabama, South Carolina, Florida,
Arkansas.
Georgia, Arkansas, Louisiana.
Just North Florida, a.k.a. South Georgia.
You're right.
Yup.
The Florida-Georgia line is incredibly blurry.
I was going to say that. Fuck.
There is no line. There is no line where the professor is concerned.
There's especially no line when you're considering family trees down there.
Oh boy.
Ooh, we're getting off topic.
You mean the family stick?
God damn.
She don't fork.
Or if it did, it was just the one who had enough sense to get the fuck out.
The one little derpy twig off to the side of the Christmas tree. Boop.
Why, that
Charlie
one
Brown
looks
Christmas
kind of
tree.
normal.
They're like, is that limb dead? No, it just doesn't grow needles, that's all. It's very much alive, it just doesn't grow needles.
What's up with that one? That's your cousin Kathy. She moved to Connecticut.
Good for Kathy.
Married a nice boy from southern Detroit.
Somebody out there calls him daddy. They're not here, and she's getting real sick of that.
She is, but we need to keep doing it.
We're going to keep doing it. But we call him Scoots because he has a nicely mid-level trim option package. It is Dave Raleigh.
calmer than you, dude.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
That thing got a hammy.
Actually, fun fact, I drove Brandy's Charger here tonight, so
Well then.
I am Hemi-equipped for the evening.
Ooh. Well, hot damn. Did you find the cookie?
I think it's on the ground and I stopped looking.
Well, he couldn't find the cookie, but it doesn't matter because he looked longer than I think either me or Dave would have.
If I didn't hear
That's
it,
a fucking lot.
here's the thing. It's a lot like a bolt in an engine bay. If I didn't hear it hit concrete, I'm not even going to bother going for it.
I was making sure it was on the soundboard. That's all. Sure it was in the intake manifold or something like that. So my Subaru has the little spot on top of the intake manifold where all the vacuum lines connect into.
Yeah.
I have like 3 bolts in that I can't fucking get out.
That'll happen.
There's like rattle around that little space.
It's all right. It's fine. As long as you know where they're at, where they are.
And there's spare bolts because you might need one sometime.
Yeah, listen. It's a great thing about like rebuilding stuff. Sometimes you end up with spare parts.
Where did that one go?
I daily drive spare parts.
I am spare parts, buds.
These fucking spare parts there, bud. He is the good Colonel Eddie Dean himself, the Lord of the Board, Zach Lords.
Go give your balls a tug, chump.
I don't even.
Fucking 10-ply.
Muscle shirt came today. Muscle's coming tomorrow, bud.
What sort of backward-ass pageantry is this?
Hope you got a tracking number for that package.
Play a little 5-on-1?
God damn it, Shorzy.
No.
Hi.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. Present.
Attaboy.
I have a feeling our intros are going to get more and more obnoxious the longer this big
Yes.
single goes on.
Yeah, the longer we're doing this. Oh no, the battery died in the mouse.
Oh,
Whatever.
shit.
Fuck.
It's okay. We can still do this. Yeah. Suck it.
When the arrow keys and tab work.
Pull it out of the remote. Pull the batteries out of the remote.
Hit the function button.
Hold on. We're
It's
gonna
a sacrifice
It's
one
gonna,
life
it's
for
gonna be
another.
It's going to be a AAA. You
Yes.
can totally rob the remote.
That's what I said.
Yeah, we're
So
totally
Dave,
gonna.
Dave, save one life for another.
That's deep.
Well, it's the Marvel meme.
Is that what it was?
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't,
Whatever.
I don't follow the MCU or whatever the fuck it is.
You mean the Disney conglomerate? Yeah. All right, let's see if this shit works. See if I can remember how to put this thing in. Okay, there we go.
That's what she said.
Well, it's not like it's going to light on fire in your hands if you put the battery in backwards. It's 1.5 goddamn
Not
volts.
my fucking vape.
But what if it did? What if I'm rolling around at SEMA looking like Jason Pierre-Paul after he blew his fucking fingers off?
I mean,
Do I gotta say? You guys should have got us to the live stream because you would have watched that live.
Watch me potentially blow the fingers off my hand.
here's the thing. I know you could still make it happen because you'd just tape the camera to your nub and you'd be using the remote button with your left hand.
I don't know why your fucking shutter sounds like a car door lock, but you know.
Doesn't matter. Just be running around like fucking Ash from Army of Darkness, just gesturing at people with this thing in place of a hand.
Beautiful.
Yup.
Bruce Campbell is my favorite.
I got that reference.
Attaboy. There we go.
Look at me being an adult.
Brandy is very proud of you right now.
Aww.
We're all very
She's
proud
a
of you,
huge
Zach.
Ash versus Evil Dead fan.
I
Well,
need...
well, if you're a huge fan of us,
yeah.
go
You can
check
go-
us out on the.
Go-
Oh no! Take it from me.
Keep,
on
keep
the
it going.
social
Keep it
medias.
going. Come on.
social
Come on.
medias, at
Come
the
on.
Cam Automag on all the social medias.
There we go.
because
He just did that while dabbing, for those of you who
Wow.
can't see that. He is
It's like he's having
really
a seizure.
Pretty sure
or
this is a
at
yeet
CamAutoMailbag.com.
Thanks, Dad.
Did I get that?
Mailbag at camautomag.com.
I tried.
can't
Dad may not be here. May not be
mail-
down here with us.
mail cam bag auto /netscape.html/ASPX.
Who else smells almonds?
Did you leave the toast up?
Anyway, the podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Like, rate, review, subscribe. You're not doing anything at work. Just go ahead and have a full-on conversation with the podcast. It's all right.
Hey, we're
Exactly.
listening. We're always listening.
Man, Susan in accounting already thinks you're fucking crazy.
I mean, you're right.
But you know what would make you... Well, she'd probably still think you're crazy if you did this. Supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/camautomag.
You can subscribe at any dollar level from $1 up to $15,000.
Yep.
But the best bang for your buck starts at $5.
And everybody who subscribes $5 the shenanigans level, which gets you into the Cam Super Secret Shenanigans shitposting Facebook group, access to the podcast a day early, bonus content, all of that stuff. But it doesn't matter what dollar amount you subscribe at. Until November 22nd, everybody is getting a 10% off coupon to CamAutoswag.com.
Holy
Yep.
shit, that's a deal.
I made some designs, sent them off to Trent.
Beautiful.
Show you guys here in a minute.
Ooh.
Yeah, but yeah, no, there will be some new stuff up in ye old fucking shop for the first time in a long time.
Fucking shop.
Ye old fucking garbage.
God damn.
Ye old fuck shit.
Well, I can't swear, but you guys can go free reign.
Damn right. So this is what I got.
Oh.
That's very old school. I dig.
Yep.
Also
Ooh.
very neon old school. Dig.
Oh, I like that one better than the first one or the second one.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we making logos for our fucking airline?
Yep. Somebody nailed it.
Yeah.
Somebody got it the first time around.
Because I'm like the first one looked a little Pan Am-y, and that the second to last one there looked a little like
What this one?
yeah, that looked a little Pan Am-y.
That looks like 1990s Federal Express.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Right off that L1011, baby.
well, but the second to last one was that supposed to be like a British Airways?
This one,
Yeah.
TWA.
TWA, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh God, TWA, isn't that the company that had a door fly off their plane
Yep.
back in like the
Yep.
90s?
Flying from LA to Hawaii.
Thank you for knowing that.
And actually, pretty much anybody with a DC-10 had that same problem. Cargo
Yeah.
doors blowing off.
Yeah, because DC-10s were absolute ass. And then, do you know
DC-10s are the Model 3 Tesla of the air.
Well, but yet DC-10s are still a fucking workhorse.
Yeah, no, like
Well, yeah, I mean, people still buy F-150s.
Well, so like DC-10s are like kind of what like link Africa together. Like they are like the main cargo aircraft for that area.
Well, yeah, because other options are overcrowded buses and horse carriage.
Also, I need to make an amendment to what I said last episode. I made a mistake. I said I think I said a Lear 650 could only fly 4,000 miles. I am 100% wrong. So
Okay.
this week was the trade show for business jets, and
that's what we need to get into next year. God damn it!
and Gulfstream had just dropped their newest aircraft, which is the Gulf G700. So now it's fly like a G6. Now it's fly like a G7.
Yeah, use your microphone voice next time you do that.
Fly like a G7.
There you go.
But it has a nautical range of 7,000 miles. So it still couldn't do the, what was it? LA to
10,100 miles or 10,400 miles?
Yeah, I couldn't do like Melbourne to New Jersey or whatever the
Yeah.
shit that was.
Also, Wall Street Journal made a video about that. They had people on that plane.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, but I can't remember like some of the quotes that we were using were I think from that
video?
or from that reporter. But, yeah.
I really was tempted to watch it and to give you a report, but yeah. So yeah, FYI,
Cool.
this is just gonna fly a lot further than I thought they could.
Yeah, but
There's
yeah,
also a new G700.
tight.
Like you guys
Yeah.
care.
Old FedEx. These are actually very old Continental Airline.
Oh.
Yeah, like
I see it. I see
like
it now.
from like 50s, 60s.
I see it.
Well, so that was from an era when it was called Federal Express,
Yep.
which is weird to me because I've only known it as FedEx. And when I was watching Seinfeld, they're referring to it as Federal Express, and I was so fucking confused for like the first 3 seasons.
Like,
I remember back in the day seeing like Federal Express, like vans everywhere.
like a fucking van.
yeah, like we're talking
like
the
18
old
van?
the old box style
Like a-
Econolines.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay.
Like
fucking,
91 was the last year of that body style.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
fucking-
And they all had the spray painted bright white steel wheels.
Yep.
It was always missing at least one hubcap,
oh, at least
and it definitely looked like it's been backed into a handful of times.
and backed into other things.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, those were the good old days.
Oh
which
man, I remember there were weren't there a couple of NASCAR entrants that were Federal Express sponsored?
yeah, I know Denny Hamlin, who we're going to talk about a little later in this episode. Yeah, he's a FedEx Toyota Camry.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. But which, man, come Saturday. Guys, Saturday, we are doing a thing called Extra Life. I'm going to get both of these dudes signed up so they can go out and solicit donations for Primary Children's Hospital.
Yep.
Because we're doing this for the kids, not for us. We do the Patreon for us.
You're right.
We do this podcast basically for us. But we're playing,
good.
we're doing a fucking video game marathon on Saturday for the kids.
For the kids.
Yep. So it's going to be
By the
me.
kids.
It's going to be me and some combination of Zach, Dave, Brandon Kuhn. God only knows who else will show up. We got plenty of room at the table and in the basement.
You right.
You know, we're going to have fun. We're going to play. We're going to stream stuff. It's, all we're asking
It's going to be a shit show.
as a collective group of anywhere between 1 and I'm going to conservatively say 17, we're trying to raise $500. I don't think that's too hard. We're going to have
We can make it happen.
But I would say 2 because I'm basically down all day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they want us to play for traditionally it's 24 hours, but I don't have that kind of time
Yeah. fuck
Same.
that.
or endurance.
Oh, sorry.
I'm an old man.
Freak that.
There you go. But we're
For
going
the
to
kids.
I'm going to try to do 12 hours on Saturday. So,
That's very reasonable.
yep. So we're going to put the link to our team donation page down in the episode description. And when we post this on Facebook, we're going to put it in the comments. And then, I'm going to keep badgering you guys about this every goddamn day until we get to our goal.
Okay.
I also can't wait the back-to-back days until SEMA that we spend together, and then spend SEMA together. Oh, it's going to be, we're going to hate each other by the end of that.
Oh, it's going to be delightful.
No,
And then the
you are
car
going
ride
to
back.
hate them.
Oh, yeah.
You're really going to hate it when we drag you to the Hooters just so me, Brandon, and Chirp can look at an old NASCAR and explain to you.
That will be better than going to Heart Attack Grill, because that was some depressing-ass shit.
Vegas in the daylight is depressing
It
as
really
shit.
fucking is, yeah.
God.
It's like being in Phoenix, except worse.
The opening of The Hangover with that fucking song. Just that, like, heavy, slow song and, like, Vegas in sunrise, but everything's sped up. That is the most accurate description. Like, that's, like, if anybody ever asks me what Vegas is like, that.
I haven't
right.
seen The Hangover, but I've seen a weirder movie. I'm just assuming it's like the end of The Bachelor Party.
Never saw The Bachelor Party.
Never mind then.
It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Nope.
I just know from experience, North Las Vegas, Saturday morning, walking into a Jack in the Box with Brandon Wicknick and Sven Tugnoli.
I saw Sven at the last NASA thing. He was working with Makes and Models,
Hell yes.
who they just picked up a GT3 Huracan.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they're probably going to actually try and go big boy racing.
I like it. I
Because
mean, that's probably why Sven's there at that point.
Yeah, because, I mean, he has plenty of experience crewing on Huracans.
Sven's been doing the big boy thing for a while.
Yeah, so there we go.
But yeah, so the three of us walk into this Jack in the Box, and there's this very large and in charge black lady working the counter. And Sven is like, "Oh man, they got like the breakfast ciabattas. Let me get one of those, right?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, do you guys have the breakfast ciabattas?" And she looks at him like, "We ain't got no ciabattas
Tight.
in here." And she like turns away and she's like cleaning the ice cream machine. She's like, "Fucking breakfast ciabatta. What the fuck is that shit?"
God damn.
I mean, we went to McDonald's instead.
There you go.
But that
As
every
you do.
every time
Yeah.
I've been to every time I've been to Vegas, I am just reminded of this incredibly Shaniqua-esque lady just saying, "We ain't got no ciabattas."
Man,
Are we going to replace hello with ciabatta?
we might.
We could.
Listen, I always know it's getting time for SEMA when the McRib shows up.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, and if anybody cares, if anybody hates themselves like I hate myself,
You gave
could
me
go-
a weird smile when he said that.
you can go to McDonald's and you can, for $2 more, add a McRib to any combo meal.
Shit. Oh, crap.
Yeah, I did that once.
Are we trying to be more PC?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the shenanigans group, somebody was trying to hold an intervention for Zach because he swears too much.
It was
So
definitely crazy.
yeah, because Devin,
So, I don't know. We're going on a weird tangent about food right now.
whatever.
I got a story with a buddy. Jackson and Taylor were both there for this.
Okay.
Buddy Michael, I can't remember his last name right now for some reason. He ordered. You know how this was right when the machines can where you can like make your own menu on the screens and stuff.
I was aware of that. I've never actually seen them because I haven't been inside a McDonald's in like 6 years.
Fair enough. As you probably should be. We went into one.
I keep my sadness to the drive-through.
one of the things you can do is you can add and remove items from any meal.
Okay.
You
And-
basically have the same control at the kiosk that the employee would have at the register.
Yeah.
It's essentially a point of sale machine.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And there's a button to add patties, and it
Jesus.
stops at 10.
Oh.
And so we ordered it, and I think it was like $4.95 for a 10 patty, whatever the fuck it was. I think it was I don't even know what it was.
Jesus.
And so they bring you one with 4 patties, and then the rest 6 are in like the weird like pancake tray thing they have.
the pancake tray that hasn't been updated since like 1983.
Yep. And so they make you build it, and he ate all 10 patties.
Oh, God.
He was not a happy man the rest of that night.
That sounds like the triple bypass.
He was, yeah.
I mean, that's like some McGangbang extreme shit right there.
Yeah, dude, the McBitchin, the McGangbang.
I'm pretty sure he McBarfed several times that night.
The last time I have not done like the McBitchin or the McGangbang, because the last time I went way too ham and I went McGangbang extreme.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I know what a McBitchin is, which the woman's called a McBeezy, by the way. The more
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
But a McBeezy, I know what that is.
Fucking kids these
What the
days.
fuck is a
Well,
McGangbang?
what is a McGang? What is a McBitch? The McBeezy.
Okay, the McBeezy, because I can't say the B word anymore. The McBeezy is a spicy chicken
Yeah.
and either a cheeseburger or a double cheeseburger that you slap together.
Yeah, that's what I've been calling them. McGangbang.
Well, what is
One.
what is McBeezy to you then?
They're interchangeable.
Okay, I thought they were different items.
Yeah, no, it's like pop, soda, Coke. Like it's the same thing, just depending upon where you are.
I was wondering if it was like a grilled chicken instead of a spicy
No.
chicken.
So, yeah. Remember that brief period of time they offered a triple cheeseburger?
I sure do.
Vaguely?
Triple cheeseburger.
The
2
triple
spicy
cheeseburger
chickens.
is what I used to get when I was bored of the double Big Mac.
Oh.
Yeah, so triple cheeseburger, 2 spicy chickens led to me calling into work the next day.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that did not sit well at all.
That was a food baby that was violently kicking.
That was a food exorcism.
For my friend group, we would all order the McBeezy, but we'd order it the way it should be ordered, a double cheeseburger and a spicy chicken.
Yeah.
But the friends with the balls would order to the register lady, I want 1 McBitchin and a soda.
Oh, we also called it the McFuckwitch.
Here's the thing.
What?
Here's the thing. Most people that work McDonald's
should know what
know what a McBitchin is.
Yeah.
Some of them understand what the McGangbang is, and even very few number of them understand what the McFuckwitch is. But here's the thing: you'll know a drive-through OG when you say McBitchin and they raise an eyebrow, and then you say McFuckwitch and they go, "My ninja," and then they hook you up with the sauce.
Yeah.
All right then.
Anyway,
Well, McDonald's ran over.
there we go. And speaking of people who need to get hooked up with the sauce, happy birthday to Casey Barrett.
Aha!
Go ahead and visit him at his new shop, Sedep Automotive.
Yes, do
Yes.
that.
Ian Perry, who we may or may not see down in Vegas because he's now working the swing shift.
Oh shit!
Right? Fuck that. Thor Gren and Nick Long.
Right on, Merry Birthmas, kids.
There you go.
I need to give a
Oh,
tiny,
yep.
small shout out
Go
to
ahead.
where's his name at? Frick, what's his name at? Where is it? He actually hit me up about this. Nope. Watch your fucking language.
No frickin' language.
Freaking language.
Attaboy.
Josh Carter.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, he hit me up because I mentioned we would talk. He sent a photo in with his Subaru.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
talking about wagons, and I told him to hit me up, and we've been talking about white legacies because they're awesome,
Yeah.
and I want all of his white parts on my car.
And speaking of Josh and this guy connects, head over to Jamie Moreno's YouTube page, Racing Chica. She's got a whole series of how she and Nate and Josh revived her narrow body WRX Medusa.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's been a fun 9-part series on YouTube. Go watch it. We'll put a link down in the description.
Hell yeah.
I need to start writing down what I need to put.
Sorry.
And it's all right.
Heck yeah.
So I don't know the schedule of this today. When do you want me to do my piece?
Fuck it, throw it in right now. While I'm writing down stuff that I need to put in the description here.
I had a weekend.
Did you now?
I had a really weird weekend.
And on that note,
So some of those who are in the cam shenanigans would have saw a photo I sent. Everyone else, I had a weekend, so I picked up a Saturday shift, which was really weird for me because I have never worked a Saturday, I think, ever in my life, which I know. For Princess, I know, right?
You have worked Saturdays with Mike and I.
Have I?
Yes, several.
You keep voguing.
Well, working with you is not really working. It's just hanging out with friends.
Oh, stop it, you.
Oh. I worked a Saturday at my job.
I like that you kept voguing as you were trying to figure out if you indeed worked a Saturday.
Soon enough, you guys are going to be seeing this real time.
Yeah, hell, even if it's like that. You remember when we used to put the podcast video up on YouTube and it was like security cam?
Yes.
We might just end up doing that.
I said we could make a. We can talk about it later.
Well, it may just be security cam. Fuck it.
Security camera. So
Zach just like on the right side of your screen, just doing whatever.
He's just
Wow.
going full para right now.
Wow.
So I worked a Saturday, and it was like really weird. And then I had plans with Jackson to go to a party because we were invited from a friend of a friend of a friend to go to a mansion up, kind of up in like the Mapleton area, Hills backwoods area.
Yes.
And this house is a $20 million mansion. It used to be owned by a Richard Losey. So yeah, it was weird. So we
Is he dead?
I don't know. Is he fucking dead?
I don't know.
Is he
Whatever.
freaking dead?
If Richard Losey's, let us know if he's dead or alive. Mailbag at
Richard Losey
camautomatic.com.
Pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, 2012.
Ah,
Yeah.
gunned down in his prime.
Yeah. Legacy obituary.
Yeah, whatever.
The same place I figured out where the fuck Colonel Eddie Dean was buried.
We need to go lay flowers at that man's
It's
grave.
about to be the wrong Eddie Dean.
There's more than one Eddie
I
Dean?
don't-
What? One Colonel Eddie Dean.
Well, so the obituary I found didn't say Colonel, it just said Eddie Dean.
Ah.
So I don't know. But so we get to this house like really late because somebody named Jackson decided to sleep in.
Fucking Jackson.
Yeah. So we show up there in a fucking Ford Escape. There's a Viper, a couple Mercedes, a Maserati, and then
All driving away from the mansion.
a Ford Ranger, just like a random Ford Ranger parked in the corner,
Yeah.
and then an Enzo,
Hmm.
bright
Of course.
red Enzo,
The Enzo.
the Enzo.
Yes.
So I was like, I got my photos of the car. I'm like, this is cool. It's cool to see an Enzo in real life, but like, I've seen so many cars now that I thought were cool back in my childhood. Like seeing an Enzo, it doesn't really do anything. Like it's a cool car, but like you see it and you're kind of done.
Yeah.
So we go into the party and everyone's gone. And the owner of the car, or the caretaker of the car, Clarence, was like, "Oh, I need to take the car and go park it." And I can you guys give me a ride back home? And Jackson goes, "Oh, of course we can give you a ride back home." So I'm like doing the math in my head. I'm like, okay, the Enzo has 2 seats. Clarence is going by himself. I'm a person. I can fit in a seat. I can fit in the Enzo. So I asked Clarence, like, "Hey, Clarence, can I go on right with you?" And he goes, "I don't know if you can squeeze in it. Sure, why not?" So now I'm like, oh, now I'm hyped. So hyped. What the fuck is that?
So-
Should I just ignore that for a minute?
Yeah, ignore that for a minute. We'll explain exactly what the hell I'm talking about when I'm looking at it in a minute.
What?
Just continue.
Okay.
You're in the Enzo. Your dick is hard.
Dick is so fucking hard, and I fit barely.
You
Like-
come.
I got-
You fit in the Enzo. You come.
I come.
Suddenly, you pass out. You wake up cold, wet, and alone
in a field.
in a box of kitty litter.
God. And so like, I barely fit by all extremes. Like width-wise, I fit barely. Lengthwise, my knees are in the dash. My head is in the ceiling. Like I was concerned I was going to brain myself when I bring the door down. Because it kind of has the Ford GT doors,
Yeah.
but they, instead of going this way, they go
Instead of like being
Up
able
and-
to
When
cut,
my doors open up, they open up, son.
my doors open up. They open at a slightly different angle than you would expect.
Wait, are you driving an Aston Martin? Open up. If you see the doors, right? They don't open this way. They open like this.
Yeah. Anyway,
And so, and I'm a fucking dumbass, and I'm willing to admit that.
your words.
For some reason, so I thought because I knew the 2D8 GTO was twin turboed. I knew that 40 was twin turboed. I thought the 50 was twin turboed, and I thought the Enzo was twin turboed. Just thinking, I was just knowledge. No, I'm fucking stupid and wrong. But this Enzo is the twin turboed Enzo, the only one in the world. The only one in the world. So we get in it, and I'm going to describe this car with 5 words. Very loud, uncomfortable. Fuck, what were they? I had these all planned out. Loud, uncomfortable.
Very loud.
Very loud, uncomfortable, fast. I don't know. There's another one in there as well too. I don't remember. Fucking,
Something.
I don't know. But yeah, so like this Enzo has a locked rear diff for when it went on the salt. They didn't change the diff back over after it crashed, and so it makes like these horrendous grinding like destruction sounds in the rear, and it's like only a couple inches from your head. Like it's kind of disconcerting. And this thing rattles worse than my rebuilt Subaru. Like every body panel, like where the dash meets the A-pillar. The A-pillars are just all rattling. And then I'm in there getting a photo. He goes, "Oh, don't take a photo of the dash, please." And I'm like, I thought he was thinking like the dash. No, he's talking about the dash, like the gauges.
Like, yeah.
And so I look over, and every fucking light is on, and none of the gauges are working.
Well, duh.
And he's like, "Well, yeah, after you crash a car, it's kind of the same." I'm like, "Yeah, when you crash a car at 200 miles an hour, it's not the same car anymore."
I mean, that car is literally like 5 other cars.
Yeah. Well, so apparently, I was talking to him about it. The tub is the same. The roof is mostly the same. The engine is the same, and the trans is the same.
But everything else.
They were able to rebond the A-pillars because they had to use jaws of life to cut the A-pillars off to get them out. I think the seats are the same too, but a lot is not the same. But it was really cool, and it was like it wasn't as fast as I thought it was going to be. Like, granted, he wasn't getting on it too hard, and like we weren't like racing around anywhere. But like on the highway, like it felt fast, but it wasn't like. I feel like I've been in like twin or single turbo RX-7s that are faster, and like I've been in like I don't know. It was weird. But the sound of a V12 and two turbos inches from your head is something I'll never forget, though.
Well, all right, sounds like a hell of a weekend.
And the weirdest part of the whole thing though was up to this point I have never sat in a Ferrari. I've seen Ferraris, but like never like up close or anything. I've never sat in one. And so I jumped from 0 to basically the top of the list in just one giant hurdle. Like there are like basically 3 cars in my mind, maybe 2 cars in my mind that will exceed that. 3. 288 GTO, F40, and some kind of 250 generation vehicle.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I basically jumped the whole pond right there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hell of a weekend. So this thing that. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Should I just put him on speaker?
No.
Okay.
Just. I mean, you can answer it, and like we'll just hear like half of the conversation while I'm explaining this thing. So, the thing that I was looking at that distracted Zach was Roxor, Mahindra Roxor. They keep sending the mailbag emails talking about their media availability at SEMA, and for those who don't know, this little Mahindra Roxor, it's like a Willys Jeep, except like half size.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're the same size. I believe the Roxor is... Okay, so Mahindra has the rights to retool this.
Yes.
It uses all the same like chassis and running gear and tub design that the original like 47 Willys does. I'm fairly certain. Unless the Roxor is like
it's
some mini thing I don't know about.
It's a UTV. That's the only way they could get this thing over here.
Yeah, I swear it is like nut and bolt identical to a 47 Willys. I mean, down to the axles and everything. Because it's got a little turbo diesel 4-cylinder. It's got the BA10 5-speed trans in it. It's the first year was electronically limited to 45 miles an hour, but the second year and newer is electronically limited to 55. But yeah, I'm super sure that this is like a nut and bolt retooling of the old Willys Jeep.
Yeah,
But
so-
they're hilariously amazing. I want one.
Yeah, like for all intents and purposes in this country, it's not. It's classified as a UTV.
Right, it has to be because
Yeah.
they don't want to go through the effort to get it, emissions and safety type passes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also, even though they have the right, Jeep is going to get real pissy about this thing.
Right.
Them selling something that looks damn near exactly like a Jeep.
Right.
So,
But yeah, these things are super cool.
yeah, they're adorable.
I would love one, but they're like $15,000.
Yeah, like, no.
I mean, cheaper than the average UTV.
Yeah.
Far more utilitarian.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, this is one. Here's the thing. They come basically as street legal as a UTV can get right out the gate. So if you
Are
really
these
want...
sorry, I'm going to jump in right here. Are these weird small Jeep kit things you can buy?
It's not a kit. It's like a legit, like, tiny-ass Jeep.
Okay, because I've seen these down by the Tesla dealership and stuff downtown.
Yeah, it's a little
Okay.
Mahindra Roxor.
Yeah, Mahindra, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, mailbag at CAMautomac.com. Mahindra owns the tooling rights to the original Willys Jeep. And this is a copy of the original Willys Jeep.
That sounds really possible.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think I've heard things along those lines.
I feel like that's correct.
Yeah.
It's, somewhere along...
This thing should have the same dimensions as the original Willys, the 40s Willys.
Yeah, like...
The post-war Willys.
Yeah, like, the Jeep, the general purpose vehicle. The
Yes.
Jeep.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
The original. Right. Anywho, but yeah, like this is one of those things you could throw the little tiny plate on and you could drive this thing anywhere except for the freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take it anywhere except for the interstate, basically. So 90% of, actually, an entirety of my commute.
Yeah.
Probably a fair portion of most people's commutes.
Did we get pricing?
They're like 15 to 18 grand.
Yeah.
So
So still cheaper than an average Razor.
Yeah, they're priced with like the side by side community stuff.
Right. Now they come with an actual stick shift. They're a 5-speed manual. It's a turbo diesel 4-cylinder, part-time transfer case. It's solid axles both ends, leaf sprung.
So it's capable.
Oh yeah, it's as capable as an original Jeep.
This is like the next step up from like what you buy from the back of a Popular Mechanics magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, do you want a
Build your
Jimny?
flak pack Jeep.
Do you want a
Yeah.
Jimny, but you can't legally get a Jimny in this country? Here's your next best thing.
Right, because
Does
they
it come
frown on
two-stroke?
things with 2 strokes. Anywho.
Well,
So
hey,
what were they hitting you up about?
Because like the general contact for Cam is mailbag at CamAutoMag.com.
Got it.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, we're going to be at SEMA. Come see us at SEMA.
You guys should and get hilarious pictures of Zach barely fitting in a Mahindra Roxor.
I mean, we could probably figure something out.
I mean, I love those things. If I was independently wealthy, I'd own one.
Also, I am
I
so
own several.
stoked to have just every swag item I'm fucking taking.
Oh, dude, handfuls.
Yeah, dude.
handfuls.
I've
I've got so much shit from SEMA 2017.
I still have shit from like the first couple of years I went, like before Cam.
because at like CES, like I was getting like rechargeable batteries and stuff. I was like getting things with actual value,
I mean, this
not
is
just like shirts and lanyards.
I mean, you're going to get a lot of flash drives.
yeah, like you'll get flash drives, you'll get a lot of stuff that has absolutely no value.
Yeah.
So
You get a lot of lanyards.
yeah, like most of it is going to be utterly useless stuff to you. But,
But that is okay.
But,
Yeah.
but the goal is just like the episode of Simpsons. Just take it all.
Yep.
All of it.
As much as you can.
yep.
Swag.
Speaking of swag and meaningless things that'll have a lot of meaning to you, CamAutoswag.com.
Yes.
Sent Trent some more designs. I'm working on some more designs. I've got a vintage Trans Am race team logo that I'm going to be changing just enough.
Well, we
won't
need
get
to
sued.
We need to all converse about this later. I just reinstalled Illustrator on my computer.
All right. Well,
And I've got that fancy tablet that I can draw on. and stuff
Ooh.
like that. So let's make something happen,
we
boys.
can do stuff.
Yes.
Anyway, CamAutoswag.com is where you go to get your official Cam merchandise, be it T-shirts, hats, sweaters, whatever.
Bags.
Yep. Phone
Beanies.
cases.
Yep. I'm
All that-
still rocking my Cam phone case.
Yeah, man. All that's available over at CamAutoswag.com. And if you want to get a 10% off coupon code, go ahead and support us on Patreon. Any dollar amount will get you a 10% off coupon code over at CamAutoswag.com. And now some news.
Oh, yes.
Yep. So the strike is over. UAW and the GM came to an agreement late Friday. Union ratified the deal.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So there we go. However, there are, as Automotive News points out, some winners and losers of this agreement here.
Oh, boy.
And as I have put out here in the agenda, the winners are the Detroit Hamtramck plant, older workers at plants that are slated to close, and the country of Mexico.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and get in here.
D-Ham.
Yep. While GM won the ability to close plants in Ohio, Michigan, and Maryland, the union secured a big win keeping open the Detroit Hamtramck assembly, which was scheduled to close in January. Workers there will get the opportunity to build electric trucks, vans, and battery modules, which represents a $3 billion commitment.
Mm-hmm.
While the union has voiced concern over electric vehicles and while EVs remain a tiny portion of the market, the allocation cements job security for up to 2,225 people at full capacity. If that doesn't secure their yes votes, nothing will. Well, this Automotive News article was written when it was just a tentative agreement.
Right.
Yep. Older workers at the 3 plants that are slated to close. It's never good when your company decides to close your plant, but if a company is going to close your plant, the best you can hope for is a generous buyout package, which, holy shit, they fucking got it. A
Nice.
buyout of up to $75,000, depending on their level of seniority, and several other options.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Dang.
Exactly. So
Getting hard.
that's pretty gnarly. And Mexico, GM in 2018 became Mexico's largest producer of automobiles. The country accounted for more than a quarter of the company's estimated North American production, according to Automotive News Data Center.
Wow.
And it's probably going to retain that title. The union wasn't a huge fan of that, but it failed in bringing that stuff back over. You know, whatever. To add insult to injury, GM's production numbers in Mexico are likely to grow in 2019 thanks to a full year's worth of production of the Chevrolet Blazer. And now the losers. The next 2 big 3 Detroit companies who have to negotiate a UAW contract.
Oof.
Ford and FCA. So,
Yay.
yeah, so that's how these negotiations work is the union designates a target for negotiations, a target negotiation. So it's basically like, hey, man, we know we got 2 more coming up. This is a trial run. And depending on how painful or easy it is, you know, that kind of predicts how it's going to be for the next 2. Ford and FCA are in what I like to call the kill zone because they just saw a month-long strike at GM that kind of really didn't help them out.
Right.
So now FCA and Ford have to deal with health care, bonuses, wages, you know, new hire, you know, like seniority, all that stuff. That's now shit that they have to deal with that they probably weren't wanting to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's going to be spendy.
Yep. Both companies will likely tweak their respective contracts in a number of areas, but the lead company usually comes out with the most favorable deal. So have fun, Ford and FCA. New hires. So this is a thing. So, the union secured a win for all current workers who will be making top wages of $32.32 an hour by the end of the current deal. But the fate of new hires is a little less clear. All current full-time temporary employees with at least 3 years of continuous service, layoffs of up to 30 days don't count, will become permanent employees in 2020.
Wow.
Yep. New temporary workers hired after the date of the contract, however, start at $16.67 an hour. There's no language about pay raises or promises to move directly into full-time employment. In fact, a section from prior deals saying they'd be considered for regular job opportunities has been crossed out.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Damn.
that kind of sucks.
So only part-time temps will be considered for full-time temp jobs.
Yep. So,
But
that-
you have to be a full-time temp for 2 years before you have even the opportunity for permanent employment.
Yep. Union's going to say this is a win, noting that the process before it didn't have set rules or time frames, and now there's a defined pathway. However, if you are one of these people not, you know, currently getting the benefit of some of these things, you're going to take it as a loss. And also, loser, the big wet president, who got booed at the fucking World Series game. That was my favorite thing to read today.
Hot
and
damn.
hear. Yeah, he showed up late, left early.
Of course he did.
You know, whatever. got booed when they showed him on the big jumbotron, and a bunch of people in red hats started chanting "Lock him up."
Oh boy.
This is the first time I think he's been in front of a crowd of people in red hats, mostly white, that weren't all about his bullshit.
Yep.
Yep. So there we go.
Wow.
The decision to shutter the Lordstown plant in Ohio is a setback for big old wet man, who in 2017 told a crowd assembled for a rally in nearby Youngstown, Ohio, to not sell their homes. The Tweeter chief has cast himself as a savior of the middle-class manufacturing jobs, when really, I mean, this is a whole thing we could go into, but the middle class has been shrinking since the 70s.
Yep.
Like, to a scary rate. To be sure, GM has committed to create or keep 9,000 jobs in the U.S. over the next 4 years, and Lordstown could still be sold to an EV maker that would create 400 jobs, but GM's ability to close 2 other plants and the union's inability to secure production back from Mexico flies in the face of Trump's promises. That could be costly during the 2020 election for a president who relied heavily on blue-collar workers to deliver him to the White House in 2016.
Yup.
So there you go, folks.
Okay, well,
Strike's over. You got winners and losers.
it's just as much of a political game as it has ever been.
And speaking of politics, the EPA chief says the new CO2 limits, which will be coming out later this year, will actually tighten. They're going to be closing some loopholes.
Oh, really?
They didn't give any specifics, because why would you give specifics?
Hey, I already registered my car. You guys can't change this shit.
I mean, they can change whatever they want through the government. They don't play by any rules.
Whether or not that is followed
Exactly.
is a different story.
Yeah, the EPA chief, this fucking pud,
Wow. This
Look
guy
at-
looks like a real big asshole.
Andrew Wheeler, dude who definitely called the cops on some people who were a couple shades darker than him having a barbecue at the neighborhood common area.
Of course.
Yep.
Definitely looks like that kind of guy.
Yep. In some of our years, we're actually more restrictive on CO2 emissions than the Obama proposal was, said Wheeler.
Oh, boy.
Yep. In his speech to, I can't remember where the hell this was, but he took swipes at some manufacturers for deciding to side with California, and, it was at the Detroit Economic Club. You know. Yes, I just need you to understand that the Detroit Economic Club does not give a shit about, the mass people of Detroit.
Of course.
Only the people who own a business in Detroit.
Yes.
Why would they?
Specific people.
Yeah.
Anything that's a club
Mm-hmm.
only
Like-
has their interests in mind.
Economic Club.
Yeah,
Your
about
local
that.
chamber of commerce. All of these things.
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, he goes on to say, California has the worst air quality in the United States. We hope the state will focus on these issues rather than trying to set fuel economy standards for the nation. God.
I feel like this guy doesn't understand how cars work either, but that's fine.
Nobody in this administration understands how shit works. Nobody in government really understands how cars work. We'll get to that in a fucking minute.
Yeah.
But on some lighter news, scientists have basically recreated the secret of Nim and mixed it with some Stuart Little.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting.
This is adorable.
They've basically taught rats how to drive.
Oh,
Yes. They taught rats how to drive these little, plastic cars to get Fruit Loops. See? Look at them go.
Gather the loops, brother.
Yes.
The loops,
Brother.
brother. Rest in peace, Loop Brother Cat.
Yep. The project to teach rats to drive was led by Dr. Kelly Lambert, a professor of behavioral neuroscience at the University of Richmond. Here's how the project was carried out from New Scientist. They constructed a tiny car out of clear plastic food containers on wheels, with an aluminum floor and 3 copper bars functioning as a steering wheel. The rats stood on the aluminum floor and gripped the copper bars with their paws. Duh. They completed an electrical circuit that propelled the car forward, touching the left, center, or right bar, steered them in different directions.
Neat.
Yep. So, there's that. Where is this? So, in here, yes. The results actually led to some interesting takeaways for the project from the scientific news, whatever story. This finding echoes Lambert's previous work showing that rats become less stressed after they master difficult tasks like digging up buried food. They may get the same kind of satisfaction as we get when we perfect a new skill, she says. Quote, in humans, we call this self-efficacy or agency.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
In support of this idea, the team found that rats drove themselves had lower levels and were less stressed than rats that were driven around as passengers in remote-controlled cars.
Interesting.
Although I think that second part, that would be fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
You have no concept of what this thing is. Giant god hand puts you in this thing.
And then it takes you somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be a little worried.
Loop or not, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Terrified. But yeah, that's adorable.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I want to know why they did that.
Science.
Science!
And science.
She's blinded me with science!
Anyway.
So Oliver Kyle's pour one out, and let's give it.
Pour out one of your giant fucking monsters.
And
Snapbacks off.
I should have had a beer
let's
to
all
crack
give
open for this.
Let's all give a vape salute for this.
There you go. 21 vape salute. Subaru is finally ending production of the venerable 2-liter Flat 4, a.k.a. the EJ20, after 30 years of service.
Yep.
Gone down in its prime.
I think we need the sad horns for this, but I took that away.
Yeah, you did.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Close enough.
That's about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, yes, this thing is, it's literally 30 years old. It first appeared in the 89 Legacy.
Fucking old ass car or
Yep.
engine.
Yep. And of course, because it's not just a corporate farewell without a limited edition thing, they're making 555. Mailback at camautomag.com. Why that number is significant to Subaru.
Oh.
Of the WRX STI EJ20 Final Edition.
That took me a second.
There you go.
But it clicked.
Yeah,
And oh, when it clicked.
Yep. So there you go. Subaru fanboys, yet another special edition.
Okay.
All right, and back to that thing about nobody in government knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, in an op-ed in the New York Times, the old gray lady paper of record. Oh yes, that is. Go ahead and listen to the dollop. Why that is a hilarious. You'll find out why that is a hilarious statement.
Yes.
Yes, he has a plan to get rid of gas guzzling vehicles by 2040.
Okay.
Yep. Basically, it involves a lot.
Good for him.
You remember Cash for Clunkers?
Oh, fuck no.
A lot of that, it's going to come back.
No, please.
In
It's going to be
Chuck's plan.
2.0.
No.
Which,
no.
Cash for Clunkers was terrible on pretty much every front. It took away a lot of cheap running vehicles. So suddenly people who needed a car but could not, had to get into some either predatory loan or an incredibly long loan
Right.
to be able to get around.
Took a lot of parts off the road that were usable.
Yeah, a lot of, because all those cars were just crushed.
Yep.
That was the thing. No salvageable parts were taken off of them, so they just straight up went to waste. And a lot of people were trading in good running cars just so they could get an electric vehicle or hybrid. And, I mean, you had something good and running. You didn't need to get this other thing.
Yeah.
So it was just a waste economically,
And there's also the horror
environmentally.
stories of actually good cars, nice cars, and now rare cars.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think there were 2 or 3 GMC Cyclones
Oh, yeah.
that were crushed in Cash for Clunkers. Bunch of Starions and Conquests, a couple of Turbo Trans Ams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
just,
crazy.
Yeah, so, but Chuck Schumer's plan, in addition to that garbage, it doesn't address mass transit at all, which, I mean, listen, if you're going to go ahead and talk about doing this for the environment, you need to include mass transit in your plans.
Right.
Because guess what's a whole hell of a lot more efficient than one person in one car, be it electric or not? A whole bunch of people in some sort of vehicle, electric or not, moving around.
Right.
So,
in addition to all of that, they are talking about subsidies for electric cars and grants for building charging stations.
yeah, which
But then also we get the gas non-using tax.
we're going to get a lot of weird
I mean, we're going to be taxed up the ass regardless.
Listen,
It's America in 2019. We pitched a fit over tea, and now we're taking it up the ass.
we're getting it coming and going.
Yep.
I didn't include this story in there, but in Maryland, a guy converted his gas station to become an electric charging station. And it was on NPR, and Jalopnik had a little story about it, and they were talking about, oh, yeah, it's great and everything. And if you actually read it, the dude got nearly $750,000 from the state of Maryland and other grants to convert this. It looked like a gas station because the dude bought it and had a service station, but he got tired of people robbing him and breaking in. So he just pulled the tanks out of the ground and just said, "Fuck it, I'm keeping the service station open. That's it."
Huh.
And then here comes the state of Maryland. Hey, how would you like $750,000 to make this an EV charging station?
Yep.
Looks a lot like a gas station. People still pull up expecting to be able to get gas, but
Right.
So, yeah, is that the way of the future? Who knows? But
I doubt it.
yeah,
I feel like wherever the vehicle spends the majority of its time parked is going to be the location that it ends up charging.
yeah,
Be that home, work, etc.
yeah. I mean, like, you're gonna have to have something kind of like in between to assuage people's fears of range anxiety and everything.
Sure.
But I mean, it's cute that you want to make it look like a gas station because, hey, we already have gas stations. I know what
Right.
that's used for.
Right, exactly.
But also at the same time, like,
yeah.
It hates you.
I know it hates me. Everything hates me.
Oh, it's logging you out.
Thanks, Google. Next.
Thanks a bunch, Google. Appreciate you.
Eat my whole ass, Alphabet.
All the ass.
The
The
whole-
entire thing.
The whole ass.
I feel like we need a jingle for this next segment.
The mailbag?
The mailbag that we have nothing in.
Oh, okay. All right.
right.
Well, moving on to the next one. The Fighting Mongooses!
Brought to you by Steady Broke Clothing. Okay. Damn. Kicking it old school with Tommy, I see. OG Tommy.
Ask him about battle stance.
Ooh, shit. Steady.broke on all the social media, steadybroke.com. They have been our longtime sponsor. Head over to their website. Get a bunch of awesome stuff in their cart. If you're living in Utah or the Mountain West, you understand it's fucking freezing as shit right now.
Yep.
God damn it.
She cold.
Might dip below freezing for Halloween, so fuck off, kiddos.
It dipped below freezing last night.
It's going to dip below freezing for a while.
I'm
mean, it's
so
going to
excited
snow
to
tonight.
work.
So glad I get a park in the garage. Anyway, head over to Steady Broke, get the Broke Steak University long sleeve, get the Steady Broke hoodie, put both of those in your cart, use coupon code CAMAUTO15 at checkout. Saves you 15% on your entire order.
'Tis the season, guys. Get you some good shit.
Damn right.
Steady.broke on the social medias, steadybroke.com.
Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams. All right. We had a race in Mexico.
Oh, yeah?
And I watched the thing on it.
Yeah, I mean, there were highlights, so
What the fuck was that first lap? Like, what the fuck?
a chaotic shit show is what it
the
was,
fuck?
dude. So,
Oh, sorry. What the freak? What the freak?
WT
What the freak?
F&A,
WTF,
Cotton.
mate.
F&A.
F&A.
Yep. So, yes, this race looked like it was going to have an exciting finish. Tire degradation was high all through the practices and the qualifying. That saw Valtteri Bottas hit the concrete wall and then hit the soft barrier at the wrong side. And after his engineer asked him if he was okay, he said, yeah. And then his engineer kept saying stuff to him, and you just kept hearing Valtteri go, because he hit concrete first, and then, because, here's the barrier that you're supposed to, hit. He hit here, and then, poof, stopped him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That hurt.
I'm sure that was a hell of a hit.
Just hearing that, dear sweet fucking Christ. Ferrari had an opportunity. They were at 1.1 and 2, but in Ferrari fashion.
1 and 2 at the gate.
1-2 out the gate, 1 and 2 at other various points. I wound up finishing second and fourth because, God damn it, why not?
I also enjoyed watching, I think it was the Haas car, I can't remember who it was, who DRS'd and then ran off the fucking track.
Danny Ricciardo did that.
Danny Ricciardo, okay, I can't remember who it was. DRS got way too much speed, braked way too late.
Oh, yeah.
And just
whoop. Yep. Let's see. Max Verstappen got a grid penalty because remember how I just told you Valtteri smacked the wall qualifying? So they had double waved yellows for that sector. Max was fucking out on a flyer, ignores the yellows, goes purple in that sector, which is fastest time of the day, and improved. He already had pole. Nobody was going to threaten him because of that double yellow. But Max being Max just kept fucking going. And so, after some hemming and hawing from the FIA, they finally gave him a penalty. And, I just kind of figured they would just invalidate that lap,
Which would make sense, yeah.
But no, they gave him like a fucking grid penalty. So suddenly Charles Leclerc was on pole. So, yep,
There was also just a lot of pit stop and tire fuckery in this.
Oh yeah, Lando Norris got fucked over.
Like hard fucked over his front,
left front.
Yeah.
They said, the dude's like doing the X thing, and everybody else releases him, and he stops at the end of pit lane, and they said, "No, we're gonna come get you."
Yeah, I watched a clip of that tire guy like trying to get it on, and then the car just leaves, and he's just like, eh.
Yeah, Charles had a long pit stop. The right rear was fucked up for him. But yeah, no, like...
And then that tire blow, he kept going on that.
Matt, well, he had to.
Yeah, what were you going to do, just stop?
Like, you stop, you retire, you're done. So, yeah, Max could have made this very interesting, but that grid penalty, puncture, really fucked him over.
Yeah.
He finished behind Alex Albon and his team.
Well, Max is like known for his like really aggressive like backfield strategy.
Like he's known for being a very aggressive driver, and like this year it looked like he was being smarter about it. But there were a couple times where it's like, oh Max, I remember these times. I remember when you went straight off at turn 1 in Monaco because you were trying to like take back all of the spots.
Look at me.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So it was looking like it was going to be an exciting finish because tire degradation. Hamilton's just like, we pitted way too early. The Ferraris are out there on fresh tires. Valtteri's there doing, whatever you do when you eat a big old warm bowl of porridge before going out on an F1 race. But no, as WTF1 describes it, despite the damp squib of a finish, it was still a super drive from Hamilton. Damp squib. So,
So I have a dumb question for you.
What do you got?
So I want to watch these races in full.
Yes.
But I don't have time to watch them when they're live. Where can I watch them? Do I have to pay for it, or is it a free solution?
I mean, the only reason I get to watch them is because I live in a house with a cable subscription.
Well, do you know what? Sorry, we don't live this middle-class life like you do.
I'm sorry, I'm desperately clinging to what's left of the middle class. Fuck me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Is there
I'm sure there are places out there where you can still... Because I remember back in the day, like, they just weren't broadcast in the U.S., or they were only on, like, the Speed channel, which, which like, 7 people had and, like, 3 bars. Mm-hmm. So, like, you had to go, like, find...
You're right, though.
You had to go find, like, a fucking torrent. So
because like I was looking because like I had time today to watch the full race, and I looked like, for some reason I thought they were on YouTube because like there's always like streamed live and it's like an hour and a half long. I'm like, oh, that's probably it.
Nope.
No, it's just like some like random camera footage. I'm just like,
it's just like it's like the paddock footage. That's all that it is. So I don't know where you can like go watch like full replays.
Well, if you guys know, send them to Cam mailbag.
No, just send them straight to Zach.
Yeah.
Just go find Zach on the social media to keep us out of this one.
Zach Lords.
Yep, there you go.
Sang on a railroad track.
There you go. About to drop the fiercest Christian rap album.
Yeah.
All right.
Called The Holy Days.
Boy, howdy.
DAZE.
Yep. Sebastian Vettel was not a huge fan of what was going on the podium. He is not a fan of, quote, shitty, end quote, F1 trophies or Mexico's, quote, selfie guy, end quote. As we can see in the photo here, there is a dude in a fire suit holding a giant sombrero and a selfie stick.
Is he just like the selfie dude? Like, is he just like a national thing?
I have no idea. Like, it just, like, I don't know what the deal is. I just thought this was, like, fucking hilarious. But, the great thing about, as you can see, there is one of the Mercedes Silver Arrows there.
Yeah.
So, before the race weekend, they said what was going to happen? The winner's car was going to be raised upon an elevator.
Yeah, because I watched a video of Lewis Hamilton going up.
And as soon as I saw that, I just wanted some fucking weird-ass, fluky, like, mid-pack win. I wanted one of the Haas cars to somehow win. And you just see, like, rising up, like, in front of one of the Ferrari drivers, like, in front of Hamilton, in front of Vettel.
A Haas car?
Romain Grosjean. It would have been even fucking like Robert Kubica,
Oh, Jesus.
just out of nowhere. Yup. Or the dank
My
meme lord himself,
God.
Lando Norris. Oh, man, it would have just been fucking hilarious. But, no. Yeah, no, he's just like, he didn't like the trophies, which, I mean, I will admit they kind of looked boring as hell,
Sure.
you know? And,
Like, you fucking podium had a F1 race. You can't be mad.
I mean, he can't be mad. He's a 4-time world champion. He can get picky. I think at that point you can get picky.
Well, so like I was looking into this a little while ago, like some of like the F1 trophies. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are like actually like all like the Canadian GP trophies are like really lame.
Oh, some
It's
dudes.
just a maple leaf.
Yeah, well, shit, like some of them, like, I think it's Silverstone, you still get like a fucking plate.
Do you really?
Yeah, like it's just, you know, like the very British thing they give you a serving platter.
There you go.
You
There's
know?
some words on it. Don't eat off it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just hang it up. But, yeah, no, I mean, these are, whatever. Speaking of F1 and people, so,
Wow, that was a stretch.
it's all right.
I've done worse.
Listen, I'm checked out. I am so goddamn ready for this week to be over.
It's a Monday.
You have no idea.
My week hasn't even started yet. That's how like.
Dude,
Hey, I start tomorrow.
I got to work today and I'm just like, man.
Well, you and your cozy office and your middle class life and what do
You about to get shot, bud.
I think you have a fucking heater underneath your desk, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I'm somehow the only person in the fucking office who just like, I either put on a hoodie or I don't. Like, that's all I need. Everybody else is fucking with the thermostat.
You can watch YouTube videos. I'm on motherfucking roofs all day.
Yeah, I used to live that life. I quit that life.
Who chose that? There was a time when Mike was a cable guy. I will
My
give you.
paychecks choose that. My overtime paychecks choose that.
Yeah,
By the
my,
way, you guys hiring?
yeah, my paychecks were great, but I was not great enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the on again, off again, currently on again Miami Formula One Grand Prix is on again, and they're looking at building a semi-purpose built track at the Hard Rock Hotel Casino Dolphin Slaughter Ground.
Oh boy.
That shouldn't be funny, but it's really fucking funny.
It's funny on a number of levels. Anyway, so we currently have two dueling quote-unquote grassroots campaigns battling it out.
Okay.
So you have the people who live there who are like, hey, man, this is going to be a pain in the ass.
Right.
Because, you know,
Racetrack.
yeah, like, you're going to have to, like, shut down streets to build this, like, track once a year. And for, like, a few weeks ahead of this thing, it's going to be a pain.
Right.
I live here. It's going to make getting to work a lot harder. Also, I have to, like, live here, and I kind of want to sleep in. I don't need to hear qualifying. You know, it's understandable.
Sure.
You know,
Those of you that aren't car guys, I could see that being a major nuisance.
yeah. I mean, even, like, if you
I guess even being a car guy.
yeah, like, sometimes you just want to sleep in. I don't need to hear, like, a Porsche Super Cup race going off.
I mean, I could fall asleep to that, but I get it. Not everybody could.
I have fallen asleep to something very similar.
Okay.
But at the same time, there have been times where, like, oh, there is... The next door neighbor has a small fan on in the room that is connected to mine. Could you please turn that thing off?
Mm-hmm.
I need dead silence right now. I've been up for 36 hours.
Woof.
I can hear time. Anyway, and then there are the people, the small plucky people who are for this race. And by small plucky people, I mean all the people who could stand to make fucking money off of this thing.
Of course.
So let's go over here to Jalopnik because they have some examples of, if you go to like the fucking website for the Grand Prix, here's what you're greeted with. An email was sent to people. Thank you for your interest in bringing F1 to South Florida. Unfortunately, a neighborhood group is trying to block the Formula One Miami Grand Prix. If you want to see Formula One racing at Hard Rock Stadium, help us contact our Miami-Dade commissions by clicking the button below. Whatever. And so, depending upon if you are a Miami resident, a Miami-Dade County resident, or just a general Florida resident, you go to their website and they give you 3 emails.
Okay.
dear whatever. So if you live in Miami Gardens, because it's not actually going to be in Miami, because Miami said, fuck this, punt, kick it to the next town over.
Right.
Residents like me elect our office holders to do what's best for our entire community. That's bullshit. Right now, we have the Super Bowl of auto racing ready to come to our community, Formula One. But certain residents who will be affected for a short period of time are trying to stop it. Please work to find a solution. Turning away big events like Formula One is terrible for our community as a whole. We are a world-class community, and we should be able to host world-class events. Please work it out and approve Formula One. We will need those jobs and that tourism money. Sincerely, this is completely ignoring things like Art Basel, all of like the music festivals.
Right.
Pretty much the fact that Miami is built upon mountains of cocaine. So, like, all those tourism jobs, they're there whether or not Formula One is there or not.
You're right.
It's very true.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the county residents, I'm just going to read. So Jalopnik posted these, and they put emphasis theirs. As the Formula One Miami Grand Prix will be an incredible opportunity for all of us to make more money with more visitors in town, I strongly urge you to make a Formula One a reality for Miami-Dade. So, okay, again. And then this is my favorite one, because this is definitely like fucking Karen from the suburbs. You know, I don't want you to build an apartment anywhere near my neighborhood, not in my backyard. Fuck those people who need affordable housing.
Fuck you, Karen.
I was stunned to read in the national press that the Miami-Dade Commission is even considering the idea of turning down the opportunity to host a Formula One Grand Prix. A chance to host an event of this magnitude and global recognition is rare. There's only one other F race in this country. And then it would be shameful to do anything except welcome F1 with open arms.
So I know you misread F1 as F, but I could totally see Karen reading it as there's only one other F race in the...
Oh, yeah.
I could totally see that.
Dude, it's fucking...
He channeled his inner Karen for that.
I could totally... I was
Hair flip,
transported.
I need to speak to your manager.
I was transported.
Signed
There.
Karen in Orlando.
She's got some bullshit white middle-class last name, too.
Whatever. Yeah, like... So, I mean, like, I can understand, like, okay, yeah, people want this to happen because people want to make money. And it's also Formula One, it's right there, it's awesome. I also understand this from the point of, I live here, I'm not going to be making money off of this. All I'm getting is a fucking pain in the ass that I don't need because I already have enough pain in my ass, because being an adult is nothing but just a series of pain in the asses strung together.
Anal pain.
Interrupted by sleep.
It's an anal pain chain.
Yup.
You're welcome.
Just going to write that down. Anal pain chain. Yep.
Jerry,
really?
should we get back to the task at hand?
That was the wrong button.
We are there. Yeah, so there you go. For it or against it, God help us. Local government is going to decide the fate of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But that led us to the question of the week.
No, yeah, we should have some decent answers for this, right?
Would you want an F1 race in your neighborhood? And also, the Shenanigans members, they got to dictate part of our SEMA trip, because I asked them, what the hell do you want us to do?
Oh, boy.
So we're going to go ahead and get over there right now.
To Vegas? We're going to Vegas right now?
No, we're not going to Vegas right now.
Don't tease me like that, then.
We're going to the Shenanigans group.
That's basically the same thing.
Which, oh, by the way, if you're in the Shenanigans group, this is your opportunity. There's a place where you can post your gamer tag /Steam ID /whatever, so we can start doing game stuff together.
Yes.
Watch your profanity.
Or whatever. So, Brandon McConkey, no, my neighborhood would be boring and there are too many dips. And while we're in Vegas, he wants us to find some hookers and convince them to come on the podcast.
It'd be very
I
entertaining.
bet you could.
I mean, yeah.
I bet it wouldn't take much.
No.
I got $20.
Not a boy. Anyway, Brandon Kuhn, a race in front of my house would be bad. Too narrow to pass and no room to make speed. A race behind my house would be just another night in West Valley.
He's right, though.
Yep, and then he pointed out the fact that me, him, and Chirp are going to go to the Hooters, and we're going to go find Alan Kowicki's Underbird.
Yes.
So, yep.
1,000% happening.
Oh, yes. Devin Creasy.
Oh, God, he wrote a book, didn't he?
Nah.
Oh, it's a small one. Okay.
He does that. I would love to have an F1 race in front of my house / in my neighborhood. Story time. About 10 years ago, a friend of mine had a couple of exchange students from Monaco stay with him. I introduced them to American things like guns and lifted trucks, as you do. We talked F1, and they said whenever I want, I could stay with them and watch the Monaco race from their apartment. Apparently, they have a great view of the race. Haven't talked to them in years. I wonder if the offer still stands.
Aha!
Probably arrested. Money laundering. Just going to go ahead and throw that out there.
Yeah.
It is a tax haven. After seeing the local Subaru club puts on a car show and meet that a bunch of vendors go to, it's worth it if you like Subarus. I believe that's Subi Invasion. And we will at least be going to the In-N-Out on Paradise and getting drunk.
Yep.
Unfortunately, my car won't be there, but
Whatever.
No, I think fortunately your car won't be there
hey, it hasn't had any issues yet.
yet.
I've put a little over 800 miles on it so far.
Yeah, you've done really well, actually.
There we go. Matt Jackson, I would love to have an F1 race in downtown Salt Lake. And he also wants us to film Zach getting shit-faced.
Oh, I'm
Jackson,
sure that's going to
You have
happen.
seen me shit-faced.
Well,
And
Yeah, but
you
he just
said you
want-
never want to do it ever again.
Yeah, well, it's because he had to deal with you. Just watching other people deal with you is going to be
You
entertaining
were
in and of
shit-faced
itself.
too, okay?
Yeah,
You got-
even better.
You
Like
have
if
photos and videos from that night from us.
damn.
you right.
Brocam will be there. Matt Barker, not in front of my current house. The highway would be boring, but the house I grew up in, leave Vegas. It's the reason I've only been to SEMA once. No, listen, Matt, the shine's wearing off for me. Let's see, AJ Glassmacher, downtown Knoxville would make a really fun track. There are 2 nice wide bridges for passing and speed, and a couple elevation changes that would make it really technical. My only fear is the NASCAR crowd would be upset. Heaven forbid. You have to hit Alien Fresh Jerky. It's technically a little bit outside of Vegas, but it's worth it.
It is.
And he included a picture of his proposed F1 track.
I like it.
Yeah, it's got some Baku vibes to it, but I like it. Anyway, so there we go. I don't think I got anything else anywhere. Oh, I think I got one on the Cam proper page.
Well, I was going to say mine real quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, where I live now, I live in your neighborhood. An F1 race wouldn't be cool here.
No, it would be terrible.
But growing up, I used to live in Sugar House. And I actually had like daydreams of like actual like people racing around like my neighborhood then into like Sugar House Park and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
You were
kinda
that
cool.
part of Sugar House.
Yeah.
Okay.
I lived literally the street up from Sugar House Park.
Okay. I could see something.
Actually, sorry, I'm so confused. I meant Liberty Park, not Sugar House Park.
Okay.
Which is, I guess Sugar House
Still
Park
works.
Sugar House Park would be cooler though.
Yeah, you're right. That's the closest large park
Yeah.
to where I live in Mill Creek.
Yeah.
Specifically where I live, not really a good. I mean, especially not for F1. If we're
No.
talking like stadium super trucks,
Hell yeah.
then like any neighborhood in like the eastern side of Salt Lake City proper is probably a good one.
Oh yeah.
But no, way too many potholes, way too many, straight roads,
Yeah.
dips, etc., etc. It would definitely not be good F1. It would be good WRC.
Yeah. It would be good for a lot of other things, but not.
Yeah, definitely not F1.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Now, let's see. On the Cam proper page, Luke Dreyer, I would like to see IMSA more than any other series in my neighborhood, but I would make an exception for F1. Is it bad that I get bored and make a racetrack layout of Roy?
I have probably actually driven this exact line at one point in time in my Integra back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So, Luke, I'm feeling it.
We've all been there, buddy.
I definitely am okay with that one.
Oh, yeah. So there we go.
I've done my fair share of dumb stuff at that Weinigers, too.
There we go, folks.
I guess that's about it.
Yeah.
We're a little short, but not by much.
Yeah, we got to. I mean, I just want to talk
No,
about.
we're actually a hair over on time.
That's all right. I just got 2 more things I just want to blow through real quick.
I put the timer at hour 15,
Yeah,
Okay.
so we could tie our loose ends.
that's fine. So in Supercars qualifying, there was quite the God, fucking damn it! I hate this ad.
Well, thumb it down.
Man, stop showing it to me. Well, normally I'm watching on my phone, so they don't give me an opportunity.
I see.
Yep. Anyway, the Gold Coast 600, which is a race run in Gold Coast. It's literally the name of the town.
Huh.
I wonder where that is.
Tight Street Circuit. Scotty McLaughlin Look at that.
Wow, that car hit really fucking hard.
Yeah, it hit so hard that it launched debris up onto somebody's balcony. Just caught too much curb.
And see, that did not look very dramatic from the in-car view.
No. But, like, when you see
Yeah,
outside...
when he loses both front tires.
Yeah. You got Shane Van Gisbergen, like, coming out to the aid of his fellow countrymen.
Right.
Because they're both Kiwis. So, yeah, like, that's just fucking insane. So, I just wanted to show that.
So that launched debris onto somebody's balcony.
Yep.
I mean, that was really hard, so I could see it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I see. Right up there where the Fox logo is, up on the top right there.
Yeah.
I imagine that's
There's
where it
been
went.
Yeah, or probably further back, or maybe, I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of high rises right there, so I could see it.
Yep. So, there we go.
God damn,
There's
that
been a
was
lot
a
of shit
hit.
talked about this, like, all over the internet. Like, I saw a video. I didn't watch it. It was just a video of, like...
This? The slap fight?
No?
Oh, okay. Well, let's finish what you were saying.
Of like people that like doing like 3D breakdowns of the crash, like, oh, why this should never happen again? Why then you change the course and stuff? And I was like, it's racing.
Like,
This shit happens.
He ate too much curb. It's all right. He was fine. The safety cell did its thing.
Yeah, it looks like he got up and didn't even limped away. Like, he just walked away.
Some lucky fan grabbed a souvenir.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to put on their underpants.
Exactly.
Yep. Anyway,
Now, a slap fight.
Free balling it and got a free piece of the fender.
ooh, buddy. I needed a Mustang headlight. Anyway, so Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano had a little scrap after the Martinsville race.
Oh boy.
They got to each other in the on the track in the I think the last stage of the race. Hamlin accepted blame because he kind of dove in a little too hard, went up the track, bumped Logano into the wall, who had been just like getting piss pounded by the wall all night, and cut down a tire. But then they had some words in ye old pit lane after the race.
Oh man, this is good. I'm sure of it.
And Joey Logano did not like what Denny Hamlin had to say.
Okay.
Hold on. Bad.
Oh, you just pop.
Old man saying stop.
And then a whole bunch of teammates pulling people off. Oh boy. And the officials are stepping in now.
Yep. Now, notice who you
That's a
don't-
lot of officials.
Yeah. So like it wasn't much of anything between those two. Like there's an alternate.
No,
angle.
it's like the rest of the crews.
Yeah, alternate angle. Whatever. So yeah. Down goes Denny. We don't see Joey much after this.
That camera guy's really getting in there.
Oh yeah, those camera guys are like, "Yep, let's just do
There's
this."
there's Joey.
Ooh,
Just
yeah, some
let him
words.
go. Fuck it.
Let's let them fight. Let's let them fight.
This sport was a lot better when people would actually fight.
Yeah,
Oh, but what will the children think?
and it just needs to be like hockey. Make NASCAR like hockey.
Just let them
Give
duke it out.
them 5 minutes to beat the shit out of each other. They can put their helmets on. They could tend to their nosebleeds, and then they could go out and then they could rub fenders like real men.
Yeah, if somebody's out there clearly winning, but whatever. Some crew guys got suspended, some fines, whatever.
Why
Yep.
did crew guys get suspended for?
Because
It's like, so someone needs to take the blame, but they can't fire drivers.
exactly. Oh shit! No Dunlop tires at Le Mans in 2020.
Oh wow. Side note.
I think we were probably gonna go ahead and
Good news! There's a report on TV with some very bad news.
let's see. After moving away from supplying tires in the WEC this season, the brand, which has 34 overall Le Mans wins to his name, has announced that it will not supply tires in the European Le Mans series in 2020 either. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, so if nobody's going to be running on Dunlops, then therefore people who could qualify for the WEC, for Le Mans, would not be running on Dunlops.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense. So it's going to be Michelin and Goodyear.
Okay then.
Have fun, kids.
Well, that's good to hear.
There we go, and that's it. I didn't have ton of time for any sort of shenanigans, backwoods bullshit,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's all right.
It's all right. We're a little over. Doesn't matter. So there we have it, folks. Another episode in the bag.
Beautiful.
Yep. At least me and Zach will be coming. Me and Zach and a cast of other random characters will be coming to you from Vegas with a whole bunch of random mini episodes.
It's true.
May have some people just like yelling shit in the background. I don't know, but whatever. So
Like some hookers in the background?
if you're paying,
I almost feel like I need to call in while you guys are at SEMA.
we can make that happen.
I know you can make that happen.
We'll just. Shirp wants us to bring the big mixer down, but
Of course he does.
That's not happening.
No.
That's a lot of shit to move.
Yeah,
Just grab the area mic that we used for this podcast for like the first year.
I mean, I've got like the little 4-place.
Oh, I know. You still got the little mixer. That's whatever.
Yeah, so that's.
I can bring my snowball.
I mean, I'm just gonna bring like the little mixer and like some mics. It'll be whatever. No head.
It'll be like the
It'll be like the grassroots version of this podcast.
Yep.
What was that?
It'll be like it was.
What
The
was
good old
that,
days.
Car show we did live.
Oh, yeah.
ISS?
ISS. There we go.
Exactly.
Wow. See, I don't feel that dumb because Mike forgot to. Thank you for enlightening me.
I wanted to call it something different, and I knew it was wrong, so I didn't say anything because I knew whatever was going to come out of my mouth was wrong.
Exactly. I kept wanting to call it like I don't even know.
Anyway, we gotta lay the plane, Zach.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. So again, Extra Life. The link is down in the description of this. It's going to be in the comments on the social media. We're trying to raise $500 for primary children. Help us help the kids. Donate. We're going to be playing 12 hours of games on Saturday. Me, Zach, Dave, Brandon Kuhn. God only knows who else is going to be rolling through. Just all sorts of people. Or maybe not. Whatever.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. At least I'm going to be playing games for 12 fucking hours straight, so you better do something to help out.
Yep.
That took me a fucking second.
What the hell?
Do you get that?
Oh, shit. God damn it. That took a minute.
Oh, it took a fucking minute.
Wow. Into the chokey with you.
Anyway, yeah, so Extra Life this Saturday, we're trying to raise money. Hit the link in the description to donate. Follow us on all the social medias. We're at CamAutomag on the lot of them. Find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Get our stuff at CamAutoswag.com. We're going to hopefully have some new designs in there sooner rather than later. And if you support us on Patreon at any dollar level before November 21st, you'll get a 10% off coupon to CamAutoswag.com. It's patreon.com/CamAutomag. Any dollar amount, $5 and up is your best bet because that gets you into the Facebook group. It gets you bonus content, gets you this podcast a day early. So some people are listening to this on Tuesday while you're out there listening to this on Wednesday. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right?
Seriously.
Wow.
Anyway. God damn! Steady Broke Clothing, longtime sponsor. Steady.broke on the social media, steadybroke.com. Use coupon code CAMAUTO15. Proves that we're still alive and doing stuff and sending business their way.
You're damn right.
And you save 15% off your entire fucking order.
You can buy everything on that site.
Yeah.
And that 15% coupon will make it so damn affordable.
You can literally put, like, it doesn't matter the size of your order. Like, you can buy one of everything on the site, and it'll take 15% off.
Yep. There's
So-
no limit.
Nope. So there you go.
Restock.
Yep. All right, guys. We will, if you're going to be at SEMA, let us know. So we might hang out. Probably not, but we might.
We'll think about you.
You never know. Anyway, so for episode 238, The Anal Pain Chain, I have been Mike.
Dear God.
It's not going to be called that.
Please do, because I want that notification so badly.
Yeah, except the
anal
problem.
pain chain is available.
Yeah, except, like, no, because it's not going to pop up in searches on anything. That's the problem.
The rectum pain chain?
I'm done. I'm out.
Bye, Dave.
Bye. Mike can't say bye. Okay, that wasn't very funny, but I thought it was funny.
It's all right. It went places. I liked it. All right.
Okay, that's the intro.
Standing ovation from 3 people.